Hey everyone, a really warm welcome back to the channel. Oop, fly landed on me. Good morning from Ashurst in the New Forest. Well, it's good morning for me. It's good Friday morning for me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, whenever you happen to be watching this. Hopefully, if my introductory footage worked, then you will see that this is a little bit of a different video. So I've left the caravan at home. I've collected my friend Alice. The wind's picking up. I hope the audio is okay. And we've left both families at home with the dads in charge, so they're having a boys' night together. Alice has two sons who are friends with my two sons, and we have left them to it, and we've headed off for a mummies couple of days of relaxation in the New Forest. So just a really short trip. We came down last night, Thursday night after work, so just had the evening here, and then we've got all day today, and I'll tell you about that in a moment, and then a few hours tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, and we'll head home so that we're home roughly by Saturday lunchtime. So that's the plan. I thought you might like to come on a middle-aged mummies trip and see what we get up to. Well, some of what we get up to anyway. I certainly shan't be filming some of it, that's for sure. Anyway, that is what this episode is all about. So the plan for today, can't get my words out now, is that this morning we're going to spend a couple of hours riding around some cycle paths that are here directly off the site. Actually, over the back of the site we can get to the cycle path directly from, and they're forest tracks that are specifically laid out for riding. We found a nice website that describes all of those things. I'll try and pop a link in the description below so you can find it and find the maps and so on for the little route that we did. That is all purpose built for cycling and walking and so on, so it's all off-road, very easy tracks, nicely laid to gravel, and I believe hopefully all numbered and so on as part of the national cycle route. So Alice tells me she's a very keen London commuter cyclist, although thankfully she hasn't brought her Brompton with her. So I, as a slightly poor cyclist, will be taking some lessons this morning. Or perhaps my country bumpkin skills will come in handy when it comes to cycling through more foresty locations rather than city centres. And anyway, I guess we'll see, won't we, when we get on with it later this morning. Then we'll come back, have some lunch, chill out a bit, you know, do some reading, whatever. And then this afternoon we'll head into Lyndhurst itself. We're about 2.5–3 miles away in search of a very nice tea shop. Hopefully we can find one of those. Yeah. But first, actually, a controversial topic. So these things, helmets. Let me tackle this straight on rather than deal with it in the comment section. So for this morning's ride around the forest, I am not going to wear one of these, and neither is Alice. As you can see, I have it with me. But we're due a heat wave, so this is the Friday before the end of term, and according to the weather forecast it's going to get absolutely scorching. So I've decided that in terms of overall health I'm much better off with a bigger peak on this breathable cotton cap than I am with the short peak and all this insulation on the top of my head, given the likely risks on a off-road forest path, all perfectly smooth and gravel paved and so on. That was a bit quick for a campsite, wasn't it? Yes, it was rather. There's rather a lot of that going on at the moment. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, okay, so the likely risks of going around that sort of path, I mean, for goodness sake, I'm on a cruiser bike as well. It's hardly downhill mountain biking, so we'll be plodding around at a couple of miles an hour, if that. And you guys are coming with me, which means there's a 400 quid camera strapped to the front of the bike basket. So I should be taking it very easy. This is not supposed to be some serious sporting exercise. This is, you know, relaxation, for goodness sake. Anyway, so I'm not going to wear one of these this morning. I think the health benefits of this outweigh the likely risks needing one of these. But this afternoon, of course, when we're riding into not Ashurst, that's where we are now, when we're riding into Lyndhurst later on, there is a cycle track, but it's directly next to the main road, and it's a very busy main road. It looks like it's a shared pavement with pedestrians. Does look quite slim, so I am going to wear one of these in case we end up having to ride on the road, of course, because then the risks are a little bit different from meandering around on a forest trail. So if the kids were here, of course, then I would wear it, because obviously trying to set the correct agenda and role models for them. Or if anybody else's kids were around, then I'd wear it as well. But it is a school day, so there are no kids here. The channel is not for kids. You guys are all adults, so make up your own mind based on where you're riding and the likely risks that you're going to encounter, please. And don't moan in the comments because you're pre-warned. Anyway, helmets for this afternoon, not for this morning. But first, a cup of tea, and then we'll get on the ride. Oh, and I'll do a site tour and all that sort of stuff as part of a separate video. Otherwise, this will be incredibly long. So I'll stop waffling, finish my tea, and we'll get on the ride. See you there. Stick, lever it. One under each side. Oh, jeez. Oh, what a nightmare. There's probably 3 other shoes under there. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Oh.
Don't go in again, shoe.
Oh. Don't lose your bike as well. Champagne.
Oh.
Pro.
Wow, that looks lovely. Right, where's another cup?
Just there.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mum.
Okay, that is good.
To try and breathe moments.
Yes.
Well, alrighty. Well, in a minute we're going to pack up and head for home. But just look at what Alice has been reading. Honestly. Anyway, a bit of scrambled eggs and some coffee for the road. We really hope you enjoyed coming along with us. And what I didn't confess to earlier in the video was that Alice wasn't the only one with a mishap. I managed to put the electric side door of the bus through the poor, long-suffering awning, which if you've been following the channel for a while, you'll remember already has 5 repaired holes in it from last autumn's biblical ice storm. So more repairs to be done there, and it was a good job I turned the camera off after the Prosecco got opened, because when the giggles set in, after just half a glass, because I don't drink very much at all, I managed to nick my finger with the new super sharp kitchen knife. I was making a salad, of course, while telling Alice not to be so ridiculous in telling me to be careful with the super sharp knife. Anyway, other than all of that, just the teenager-free tonic I think that we both needed to see us through the next couple of weeks. So thanks so much for joining us. That's everything packed. We're going to hit the road. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. See ya. Well, as promised, here's a little closer look at one of the projects which is coming up on the channel much later in the year. Since we've had this bus, well, in fact, before we had the bus, because we had a grand vision for what we were trying to create. Since we had the bus, we've slowly been working on making a few additions to turn it into what we're describing as the ultimate family day van. An occasional camper, and you're looking at one of these things now. So this forms, I guess, a quarter of the bed and all the storage in the back. It's partially built at the moment. This is a shakedown test, in fact, that I've been on today. So we've got the fridge in, we've got the kitchen storage drawer, we've got all the chair storage, and hidden away in the back here is a kilowatt of power. So more of that later on in the year. Make sure you stay tuned. If you're not subscribed already, please do so and hit the bell notification, and you will know exactly when that video comes out. Thanks so much for sticking to the end, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.